So for this year's annual event, we first drain the bulk of the gas into the gas can there. And we set up some stations to drain the fuel lines and the remainder of the gas tank, and then drain the carburetor bowl, of course. That little thing. By just taking the nut off the bottom and drain the gas out, and then pulling it like 10 or 20 times, pushing the primer button as well, getting the gas out of there, completely removing all fuel from it, and maybe even tipping it slightly to get the tank totally empty. And then it moves on to station number 3 to change the oil and sharpen the blade, tipping it sideways, draining the oil into the pan, and while it's upside down, well, sideways, removing the blade, sharpening it, or like occasionally getting a new blade because they get battered up because no one gives a shit at a rental. Anyways, yeah, changing the oil, sharpen the blade, and inspecting the air filter and making a parts list for meat. Just a quick addendum to station number 2. We're removing the gas line so we can drain the gas tank. I use a funnel to get under there. Once that's off, to drain it under there. Pro tip, we're tipping the gas out. Not sure you can see that. Station number 2, pro tip number 2. Okay, the gas tank is drained, the fuel line's back on. I've been pushing on this primer bulb like I want recent immigrants, removed from Canada. 1 push per, trying to get them all out. And I've also already drained the carburetor bowl. And you just never know what you're gonna find in there. I tried pulling it 20 times or so to just get everything out with the carburetor bowl tightened back up to create the suction. Anyway, a mouse was in the recoil. On to station number 2. Should have my tripod, but notice the pucks. I create a little height and I tip it. Oh, I won't be able to do this holding my phone. But I think you should see the setup. Drain, pan. And there's the drain happening. Station number 3, we got the oil draining out. Right there. Out with the old. In the meantime, I'm going to take that blade off and have a look. Very scary, right? It's not so bad. And I've figured out a way it works quite well. I will hold that on quite a steep angle, trying to match the plane of the blade. I'm not going to be able to do this one hand, but you'll see a little sparking just on the tip of this head. Anyways, until you do it, there it is. You see that? That's it. You want just a little bit, and I can usually get it quite sharp in 1 or 2 passes, and I'm not pushing hard. That was 1 pass. You would be surprised how sharp that is. Occasionally there may be a burr on the backside, and if that's the case, there was over here actually. I had to just touch it on the back there a little bit take off it hit a rock or whatever. Voila, sharpened blade is back on. I make it snug, not overly tight, snug. I don't reef as hard as I can, that's for sure. Medium. This is widely controversial, but 100% based on science. Use advanced, fully synthetic. I use 10W30. Probably could use 5, but I figure for the summer. No one's cutting grass in the winter. 10W30 will do the job, and I have it. And I will just pour that in there, taking measurements repeatedly until it's full. For my parts list, sometimes you need air filters. Actually, this looks incredibly clean. Wow. There's really no problem there. That's not bad at all. We're good. Okay, we're all done. So we're gonna move it on to station number 4, if you wanna call it that, where it's all finished with the other ones here. There we go. That's my secret weapon for getting the hard grass that's dried onto the blade, sort of scraped off. It saves a lot of time. Wear protection.